Okay, Keith Swank.
Good evening, my name is Keith Swank. I'm a United States Army Airborne Infantry veteran. You can clap anytime you want. I'm also a 33-year veteran commander of the Seattle Police Department. I retired last June. Unlike Patty, I worked as a patrol officer for my first 15 years, and I arrested murderers, rapists, and robbers, and then I got promoted to sergeant, and I was in charge of the 911 center. And you all may recall one day when they had a Jewish Federation shooting. You might have heard about that before, but there was a mass murder in the Jewish Federation. And that day I was in a 911 center and I helped de-escalate that guy before we ever used the term de-escalation to stop his killing and mayhem, and we saved many lives. After that, and if you want to clap me, you can clap anytime. After that I became a lieutenant, and I was in charge of a set of patrol officers, of 50 officers who work at nighttime in the Rainier Valley, in the most violent part of Seattle. I led them there, and then after that I went to the training unit where I trained officers during our consent decree about de-escalation and crisis intervention. And during that time I became an expert on that, and I went around the country for the Obama administration and I taught de-escalation and crisis intervention to officers throughout the country. I also was a member of our union. I also worked on contracts and I worked on budgets. Then after that I got promoted to captain, which is one rank below assistant chief. And with that I was in charge of hundreds of people. I was the highest ranking officer in the city of Seattle at nighttime. And I was in charge of hundreds of people, like I said, and multi-million-dollar budgets. Then my final assignment was the Metro Special Response Commander, where I was in charge of the SWAT team, the Arson Bomb Squad, and the Harbor Patrol. And when we were finally given the permission to take back the Chaz Chop Zone, my SWAT team went in there and cleaned it out in 5 minutes time. And I tell you all of this because I was a cop who worked his way through the ranks in Seattle, a liberal place where they skipped me 3 times for promotion to sergeant, and I had to sue them. And then they skipped me 2 times for promotion to lieutenant, and I had to sue them. Then they skipped me again for promotion to captain, but I stuck with it, and I never stopped fighting for the men and women of the Seattle Police Department, and I stuck with it and kept fighting, even though I knew every time I took a promotional exam, they would do whatever they could to keep this Republican from being a commander of the police department. But I made it through the whole thing. Thank you. I heard Patty up here say that we can't arrest our way out of things. I've heard that so many times. We were at a meeting before in Seattle. They said we can't arrest our way out of this. And I said, let's give it a try. Yeah. We've never done it, so let's do it. So this is what we're going to do. As your sheriff, we're going to tackle quality of life issues. That's the theft that's going on here. That's the graffiti. That's the litter. That's the homeless industrial complex. And we're going to fill the jail up with violent criminals. We'll keep them off the street. And when the judges and prosecutors don't do their job, as your sheriff, I will call them out every single time. Because I don't have anything to worry about except for what the people of the Pierce County want me to do. And I believe they want to make Pierce County safe again. And I'm your guy to do that. So if you support me for Pierce County Sheriff, we will make Pierce County safe again, and we will return the community to the communities. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And I answer your question, Bill.
Okay, so I want to know how you're going to overcome 2 things. Patty has more hair than you do. And she's prettier than you do.
I don't know how to answer that.
Are you desperate?
So I won't. Any other questions? Thank you all very much.
Same question I asked Patty. Where are you at on the DEI programs? And, do you want more or less, more of that or less of it than you've got? Pierce County Council really moving in that direction right now, for more of that. What are you gonna do?
I
with the sheriff?
believe all people should be treated equally under the Constitution. That's the way it should be. Okay? And we treat people with dignity and respect, and that was my term before anybody else started using it throughout the country. And that's what I would stand for.
Great job.
Larry.
How can folks help you, and do you have any events?
yes.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Swank for Sheriff is my website, but also on March 23rd, we're going to be having a campaign event right here, so you know where it is. It's 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. Please sign up so we get a head count, because we're going to feed you some food too, so we have to get a head count there, okay? Look forward to seeing you all here. Thank you very much.
All right.